All right, let's jump right in. We have got an incredibly dense explainer today where we are unpacking a massive wave of global and national developments. Seriously, from trillion rupee budgets to historic sporting triumphs, we've got an unbelievable amount of ground to cover. We are pulling directly from a mountain of recent data, policy announcements, and global events that are fundamentally shaping 2026 as we know it.
To actually make sense of all this without getting completely overwhelmed, we're going to move rapidly through 5 core pillars. First, national policy and budget. Second, defense and global diplomacy. Third, science, technology, and AI. Fourth, state schemes and governance. And finally, awards, honors, and sports.
So, starting right at the top, national policy and budget.
Just think about this number for a second, 12.2 lakh crore rupees. That is the massive capital expenditure number Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has set, placing infrastructure-led growth at the absolute center of India's economic strategy. For us, for the everyday citizen, this level of public investment translates directly into things like faster commutes, entirely new industrial hubs, and some massive job creation.
Okay, so where exactly is all that money going? Well, defense is seeing a sharp rise to 7.85 lakh crore rupees, which is absolutely crucial for military preparedness and indigenization. Then you have 95,600 crore rupees allocated for the newly restructured Viksit Bharat Gram Grish scheme. This is a big shift of financial responsibility towards state governments for rural job creation. Telecom gets roughly 73,990 crore, heavily focused on bringing BSNL back to life. And just for context, administrative and protocol expenses for the PMO and cabinet are set at 1,102 crore rupees. It's honestly like policy is moving at warp speed right now. We are looking at a fully digital census 2027, completely modernizing how data is collected. We've got India's first tobacco tax hike in 7 years, which pushes cigarette packs up by 22 to 55 rupees. On the green energy side of things, biogas just got an excise exemption, and Gujarat officially hit a massive 42.583 gigawatt renewable energy milestone. Add to that the Home Ministry mandating all 6 stanzas of Vande Mataram for official functions, and the much-needed announcement of India's second National Mental Health Institute. Like I said, light speed. Let's pivot slightly to physical and judicial infrastructure. We're seeing literal marvels being built, like the 662 crore rupee underwater rail-cum road Brahmaputra tunnel in Assam, alongside the now-completed 82-kilometer Namo Bharat regional rapid transit system from Delhi to Meerut. But actually, some of the biggest shifts are happening in the courtroom. The Supreme Court just recognized menstrual health as part of the constitutional right to dignity, a huge win against period poverty. Plus, they ruled definitively that Aadhaar is strictly an identity proof, not proof of citizenship. So the country's foundation is shifting in both concrete and constitutional ways.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, defense and global diplomacy.
India is decisively making that leap from a buyer's navy to a builder's navy. You can see it clear as day with the indigenous INS Aretaman nuclear-powered submarine and the INS Arnala anti-submarine warfare craft. At the same time, the Defense Acquisition Council cleared a historic 3.6 lakh crore rupee package for next-gen aerial dominance. We're talking 114 Rafale jets and high-altitude pseudo-satellites. We also have a €300 million procurement of Scalp cruise missiles from France, and the DRDO successfully testing solid-fuel ducted ramjet technology for long-range missiles. The sheer scale here is off the charts.
And we're seeing this muscle flexed in real time. These aren't just your run-of-the-mill drills. You have Milan 2026 bringing 75 vessels together in Visakhapatnam. You've got Dharma Guardian with Japan up in Uttarakhand. The IAF is showing off some incredible firepower with Vayu Shakti 26 at Pokhran. We even have the Konjar Special Forces drill with Kyrgyzstan and Assam. And get this, for the very first time, Indian Air Force instructors are actually training British fast jet pilots.
Geopolitically, we're watching an absolute masterclass in multi-alignment. On one hand, a major U.S.-India trade pact drops tariffs on Indian goods from 25% down to 18%, right as India commits to halting Russian oil imports. But they definitely aren't putting all their eggs in one basket. They're simultaneously elevating ties with France to a special global strategic partnership, formally entering the BRICS Center for Industrial Competencies, and signing terms for a free trade agreement with the Gulf Cooperation Council. It's a delicate, brilliant balancing act.
Let's dive into our third pillar, science, technology, and AI.
AI is literally everywhere now. The Delhi Declaration was just adopted by 88 countries at the India AI Impact Summit, which essentially acts as a global Magna Carta for responsible AI. But my favorite part is seeing how this tech trickles down locally. The union budget launched Bharat-VISTAAR, a multilingual AI advisory right to farmers' phones. Andhra Pradesh brought out Pillow AI, giving small businesses voice-based accounting. And then, on the completely wild side of tech, there's Moldbook. It's a social network created exclusively for AI agents to interact with zero human moderation. From the farm to the server farm, right?
Looking up at the stars, it's a fascinating mix of private breakthroughs and national ambition. On February 15th, an Indian private firm called Azista Space managed to capture in-orbit images of the International Space Station, which is a massive first. Back down on Earth, a 17-year-old named Aditya Pandya became India's youngest analog astronaut, completing a simulated lunar mission out in Dholavira, Gujarat. And gearing up for 2028, ISRO is meticulously mapping out the Mons Mountain landing site for the highly complex Chandrayaan-4 sample return mission.
But, hey, let's not forget the ground beneath our feet. While we're looking to space, researchers are finding completely new life right here. They discovered a wingless diplora called Lepidocampa sikimensis in the eastern Himalayas, and a brand new pistol shrimp, Alpheus madhusudani, down in the Kochi backwaters. There's a new flowering plant, Impatiens nigorum, found in Nagaland, and the slender bombardier dragonfly, Lyriothemis carolensis, in Kerala. It's just a beautiful reminder of the rich, unexplored biodiversity hiding in India's micro-ecosystems.
Okay, bringing it back to local governance. Pillar 4, State Schemes and Governance.
State welfare is getting hyper-specific and highly digitized. Kerala launched the Sri Suraksha scheme, handing out a 1,000 rupee monthly pension to unemployed and trans women. Delhi is pushing a 14-digit Bhu Aadhaar for land records and a Lakpati Bidya Yojana for girls' education. Himachal Pradesh is rolling out Padhai with AI in public schools. And get this, Andhra Pradesh is actually holding its politicians accountable with AI-based digital attendance for MLAs. Meanwhile, West Bengal is giving a 1,500 rupee youth allowance under Bangalore Yuva Sathi, and Rajasthan is trying to boost local tourism with a new homestay scheme.
Socially and politically, the local level is seeing some really historic shifts. Tripura just topped the National Panchayat Advancement Index 2.0. Over in Manipur, a rare moment of political consensus brought Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh to power, officially ending nearly a year of president's rule. In Maharashtra, the Gram Sabha of Saundala village unanimously passed a resolution to become entirely caste-free, which is incredibly inspiring. And on the administrative side, the Kerala cabinet has officially approved renaming the state to Keralam, marking a major step in cultural reclamation.
Finally, we've reached Section 5, Awards, Honors, and Sports.
We've got some wild global recognition this season. 81-year-old climate scientist Veerabhadran Ramanathan won the Crawford Prize, which is basically the Nobel Prize of Geosciences. And in a crossover I didn't see coming, the 90-year-old Dalai Lama won a Grammy for Best Audiobook Narration. Rubal Nagi took home the Global Teacher Prize for her phenomenal work in urban slum education. And in the film world, the Manipuri movie Boong secured a historic BAFTA for Best Children's Film, while Jessie Buckley took home the BAFTA for Best Actress.
In the sporting world, dominance was absolutely the theme. India secured a record 6th Under-19 Cricket World Cup by completely dismantling England in Harare. In the Women's Premier League, Royal Challengers Bangalore pulled off the highest successful run chase in WPL final history to grab their second title. On the ice, the U.S. women's hockey team claimed a super dramatic overtime Olympic gold against Canada. And, proving he's still the king of the board, Magnus Carlsen defeated Fabiano Caruana to become the 2026 FIDE World Chess Champion.
Individually, records were completely shattered. Afghanistan's Rashid Khan became the first bowler ever to hit 700 men's T20 wickets. Australian cricket legend Elise Perry reached an unbelievable 350 international matches. But the next generation is right on their heels. 17-year-old squash sensation Anahat Singh just announced her arrival by winning her maiden PSA bronze title in Washington. And Yuki Bambri achieved a massive milestone for Indian tennis, officially breaking into the top 20 in the ATP men's doubles rankings.
Before we wrap up, we really have to take a moment to honor the titans we lost this season. Andre Beteille, who passed away at 91, fundamentally shaped sociology and debates on Indian democracy for over 6 decades. Mani Shankar Mukherjee, known to many simply as Sankar, leaves behind a legendary 70-year legacy in modern Bengali literature. In entertainment, we lost actor Eric Dane at 53, who fiercely used his platform to advocate for ALS awareness. And Jatinder Meher, a transformative leader whose technical vision literally helped build India's modern steel industry. Their impacts are truly immeasurable.
So, taking all of this in, from trillion rupee budgets to AI literally managing farm outputs and MLA attendance, all the way to shifting global defense pacts, it leaves us with one critical question. As technology connects us faster than ever before, and as nations aggressively rebuild their military alliances and supply chains, are these rapid shifts actually uniting the globe, or are they fracturing us further into highly specialized, isolated camps? It's a lot to chew on. Think about that as you process everything we've covered. Thank you for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the world around you.